How's everybody doing tonight? Let me see if this is too bright. Or is it the one above that's too bright? Oh, my knee. Oh! Hello, hello, hello. Oh, let me just turn that away. Oh, right. Okay. Let me just go on live chat here. Am I not live? I should be live. Why hasn't the thing started? Hey, Keisha! How's it going, honey? How's everybody doing? Sherry Leach, Betty Randall, Jane Phillips. Hi, how's it going? Let me just hit F5 here because this white picture is causing glare on my glasses. How's everybody doing? Let me just turn the volume down. Oh no, I'll leave it black. Sue Martin, Jill V, Wendy Kansas, hello, Helen Burke, Sage, it's Kat. How are you, darling? Jackie, Kat. Yes. Hi. Yes, my puppy is here. She's bothering Daddy now. Hey, Patricia Carson, how are you? Here's Trisha. Ermin Nolan, Simply Jessica, Paula, Martha. Hi, Ma. How's it going? Hey, Becky. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, I did so want this to show the clouds here. What did I do with my sticky stuff? My chair is like way too low. Maybe if I did this. Nope, that's not going to work either, is it? Whatever. Hi, Joe Mama. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, you guys are in for a treat on Monday. I've got to fix this. Oh, it's hot in here. My heater's not. Oh, it's because I've got the curtain closed. This is nuts weather for October. I'm telling you, almost November. And speaking of November, I did my star wall and my cloudscape in the studio. The studio is not finished, not going to be finished for quite some time, but the part that you guys are going to see is already finished. And you'll see it Saturday night when I do my, when I do my public live stream from the studio. Now, I'm not always going to do the public live streams from downstairs because of my knees. But on Monday, you're going to see it on Saturday night, but on Monday, you're going to get to see the video on how I did it. Whooped, defrosted and cleaned out the frog. God, girl, come and do mine. I've got a lot of chicken. Well, guess what? Potatoes were on sale a week or two ago for $1 a bag, and I missed my chance. But they went on sale at Food Basics for $2 or $1.88 for 10-pound bags. So I got Howie to pick me up 3 bags. So guess what I'm doing? Probably tomorrow. I'm canning and dehydrating potatoes tomorrow. Just a little tired. Hi, Ninja. Whitney. Just a little tired. Strong storm came through Tuesday, and I was without power from 5:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Oh, that's not too bad. It can be worse, but... Oh, Autumn, that's good news. You may have a new apartment. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Hey, Yoshi. Chaos City. Marnie Ann. Wow, we're a full complement tonight. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. So, $4.19 a bag. Well, this is what I said to Howie, right? I said they're on for $1.88, and I missed the ones that were on sale for $1, but I know that potatoes are going up to like $5 a bag if they're not already. So I said, get me 30 pounds. I will dehydrate some. I'll dehydrate a bunch. canned potato. I said, I'll can some potatoes too, but I'm going to dehydrate a bunch, and I might revive my old wedgie freezer fries if I ever get my freezer finished or cleaned. I've still got to get the flour out of it. Just got 40 pounds of potatoes to can up and a bushel of apples. Jeez, Joe. How much did you pay, if you don't mind me asking, for the 40 pounds of potatoes? Oh, I've got some great news. Do you remember the post I did talking about our local municipal elections that are on November 7th, and that the meet and greet is tomorrow night? Or tomorrow. I got to find out exactly when, because I want to go, because I made a stink. I didn't make a stink. They were saying that in the initial post for the meet and greet, it said that it was vaccine passport only. And I don't care. Do your worst, YouTube. I'm just sharing public information. And I asked, how is that fair when we don't need a vaccine passport to vote? And they said, no, you're right. They checked the laws, said, no, it isn't a law. Guess what? We're going to practice social distancing. You sit with a chair between you and you wear your mask. Everybody's welcome. Bang! I'm so happy. I mean, it wasn't a big, I didn't make a stink. I just said, how is this okay? And they said, you're right. It's not. And the thing is it made me realize that sometimes people just assume that that's just what the law is, when it's really not a law. They just assumed it was. And when they did some checking, it's like, oh, right? But you have to sign in case there is an outbreak among those people, the people that are there, so that you can be notified. So I know it's not, and it's a victory for the world. I don't care how small it is. That is a victory for pro-choice. That is a victory for keeping the rights balanced for everybody, right? $2 for 10 pounds, so it was $8 for 4 bags. Well, that's not bad. I got Howie to pick up 3 bags because they were $1.88. $1.88 for 10-pound bags. So this is the thing, okay? We don't have this was put out there today, and it kind of resonated with me. We don't have to fight and resist. Okay? Because that just makes us look like troublemakers. What we do is we remain calm and show common sense. Sooner or later, people are going to listen, but they don't listen if you're going, right? Nobody's going to listen to that. Why do you think I've been working so hard? Not working hard. Why do you think I've been going this gauntlet that I've been running since before the pandemic started has profoundly changed me? No, it hasn't changed me. It has awakened more of me than ever before. Hi, yellow bird up high in banana tree. How are you? Melissa Mayfield, Whitney Gibson. Polite but firm can make a difference. Get them when you catch them on sale, or you will be paying big bucks for stuff. I know, but I figure 30 pounds of potatoes. I've still got potatoes from our garden last year in the jar. But I'm canning potatoes tomorrow, mostly canning. I am going to dehydrate some slices. And I'm going to dehydrate some cubes first. I'm going to dehydrate slices, and then I'm going to dehydrate little cubes for soups and stews and stuff. Just got in from the final harvest. Hey, Stephen, darling, and Mama Cat, how are you? So yeah, if I had been able to get them when they were a buck a bag, I would have bought 50 pounds, but 30 is enough for us, right? You're exactly right. When we calmly but directly challenge things that make zero logical sense, people will begin listening. Absolutely. Andrew, my darling, prisoners aren't jabbed, but prison staff have to be jabbed. Nothing, something to think about why. Well, that's the whole point. Now that, and this is, I think this is one of the reasons why the governments of the world, okay, let me phrase this. This is why the powers that be have been accelerating the plans to get as many people done as possible, because they knew that there was going to be a certain amount. The train started in really here in November 2019. Okay. And then it picked up speed when it was verified. And then it kept going and chugging and freaking out and squealing and sparks coming off the rails while everybody was holding on and going, oh, somebody save us. And they said, okay, we're here from the powers that be, and we have a plan. No need to be afraid. We are here from the government. But they had to use the emotions and the fear and all of those things while the train was careening down the tracks to get as many people into the plan as possible, because they knew eventually the train was going to start to slow down, the panic was going to subside, and people were going to go, what the actual heck is going on, and what have we allowed to happen? Did I say that without being too obvious? We moved from Virginia to Florida in August because the governor of Florida said, hell no, and was protecting Floridians from the mandates, right? Carers and nurses cared for people from day one, and now they want to sack the same carers, and yeah, hero to zero. But the thing is like, nobody believed me when I said tens of thousands of healthcare workers are willing to walk. They're not even saying, hey, this is why Ontario Premier and the Quebec Premier both backpedaled on the dates for healthcare workers. Why? Because healthcare workers said, it's that or fire me. We'll save you the trouble. We will resign. And everyone said, oh, not tens of thousands. I said 22,000 healthcare workers in Quebec alone. Quebec alone. Multiply that by 9 more provinces and 3 territories. And even if you got only half of those numbers, because Quebec's a big province, you're looking at a minimum across the country of close to a 250,000 people in healthcare. Okay, let's not, and I mean, that's if everybody had the numbers of Quebec. But I mean, so I mean, that many people saying you can't threaten our jobs if we're willing to give it up. And you don't mess with people who no longer give a crap what you're willing to do to them to make them comply. They're just not going to do it. Right? Let me see your patent. Hey, Aces. Is it Cat? Did you say Sage Spa? So my point is, people are starting to wake up to the reality that we do have a voice. We've just been so in tune to our voices being muted on social media that we forgot that we do have them still. People have also forgotten that we outnumber those making the rules. And that's not a threat. That's just count the voices, right? And they're replacing healthcare workers with FEMA, and FEMA has no jab mandate. It's obvious what's going on. Well, listen, Doesn't matter what's obvious. And the time for talking really is past. We keep going forward because what you see is what you get. So we keep going forward, not yelling at other people to get your point across. Sometimes the person standing quietly waiting for attention will be noticed in a crowd of hundreds of people standing and screaming and arguing. One person standing calmly will be heard eventually, right? Sooner or later, the adrenaline's got to wear off. Cat, okay. Well, I mean, yes, there's chaos, Joe. But the thing is we have a choice. We can be a part of the chaos by arguing about things that we already know the truth to. So why argue? What's the point in trying to convince people that don't want to be convinced? When I say that, 70% of the world are made up of volunteers, I ain't kidding. And when I say volunteers, I mean people who were born into this life knowing full well that they're on the wrong side of the fence. They don't know it when they're born, but they knew it before they came in, knowing full well that they were going to be a part of the chaos. That was their contract for this lifetime. So you can't really get angry at people for doing what they're predestined to do. Let's hold the line. Yeah, hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Well, there's no there's no point in arguing with people who can't, won't, or don't want to see truth, because they have their own set of personal views that they are fueling on, and you can't change that, and we can't. That's why we would be all sheep. I will be feeding 7 families with 3 people each. I'm so blessed that I can help those in need. It makes me feel proud to be a homesteader. Absolutely, Stephen. What separates us from the sheeple? Critical thinking, common sense, refusing to be driven by fear. Yes, Stephen, we were talking about that earlier, and you are an example. You are an example, of what we sometimes need to do. So back to the original topic when I first started is I have to find out what time. I always get this little wax ball right here in the crease of my nose, and then when I finally get it out, it leaves a little scab. Anyway, I'm going to go to the candidates meet and greet tomorrow. Then I'll pick Briar up from work, and then we'll have Freaky Friday. No, Stephen, I'm just saying, we all need to be a little more charitable. We all need to be a little more understanding. We all need to be a little more patient. What we don't need is to try and talk sense into somebody who has already adopted their own path. And we have to allow people to have their own path. Even the dark ones have their own path. Because if everybody was love and light, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? But I mean, we wouldn't know how to appreciate love and light without all the crap around us, right? Hi, Ahmad. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. Yeah, I wish, I don't wish I lived closer to you, Stephen, but I do, and thank you for your help with my garden plans for next year. I still I'm not sure about the cantaloupe this coming year, because I've already got my things planned out for watermelon. A says, Bev, I'm pretty sure you're a genius. Your knowledge is infinite. Oh, A says, that's a really wonderful sentiment, but that's not who I am. I'm just a 57-year-old woman who's had a really crazy ride between 1964 and now. I have seen so many things, you know. My dad got to see the year 2000. He died that year, but he got to see it, you know. And it's not knowledge or wisdom or anything else. What it is the acceptance of the lessons experiences have taught me. Experience and acceptance. Common sense, really, if you think about it. Oh, it was beautiful and sunny here today. Oh, Stephen, stop. You guys are going to make me blush. I'm in UK. I'm just concerned with the thin blue line having to hold the line over there. Yeah. Hey, Tigger bouncing. Yeah, but the thing is a whisper. One whisper joined by 1,000 voices, even if they're whispers, they can still be heard as a roar of discontent. It's only when we bring our voices and our common sense together that we actually accomplish stuff. No turkeys yet in the store. Bev, stir fry supper. Oh, it was good. I made a similar one last night. Thank you for the inspiration. You're quite welcome. Wait till you see tomorrow's supper. Well, it was yesterday's supper. I made garden forage soup, and you'll be amazed at how little it friggin' cost me. We have trick-or-treating today. We had less than 20 kids who wants candy. Really? Ours is on Sunday. I've got to tidy up in my studio downstairs tomorrow. I've got to do Freaky Friday tomorrow. I've got to can potatoes tomorrow. I should actually be sitting there at TV peeling them, but I'll do that tomorrow. And then there's Freaky Friday, and then I pick Briar up from work, and then there's Freaky Friday, and then Saturday I'm going to do a patrons unlisted live while I get ready for the public live on Saturday, and then Sunday I'll do a live while we're setting up for trunk-or-treating. Jill, Angie Mack, hello, April Greer. I broke down and paid 87 cents a pound for 2 honeysuckle white turkeys. 87 cents a pound, and you broke down for that? Howie! When was the last time we saw turkey under $1.29 a pound? Colburn? Yeah, probably Colburn, Ontario. I mean, I've never paid less than $1.29 a pound since I've lived in Quebec, and I've lived in Quebec since 2003. I may have, but I'm going to say easily for the last 10 years, I have not found a turkey under $1.29 a pound. That's really cheap. Hey, Bon Boogie, where's your stores? I live in Canada, so... Cheryl, hi, Bev. People think we are crazy for putting up food, and the storm in Hyannis, is that Massachusetts or Maine? The just had to throw out about $260,000 worth of perishables. Oh, wow. So no, we are watching scary movies. Now we are watching, yeah, we're watching scary movies too. What did we watch? Last night, something on Netflix. The Apostle, I think it was called. It was really good. Got a new vacuum. I haven't seen a turkey under $25, which means most of the turkeys were roughly $1.99 a pound if you're lucky. So, well, see, that must be in the United States, but not in Canada. I mean, like I said, when we had a mobile home in Arizona, for a couple of years. We'd go out there 2-3 times a year and in the winter. And I had a neighbor who, like, we were going to spend Christmas there once, and my neighbor emailed me and said, Bev, because she had a key for our place, and she made sure that nobody parked in our driveway because it was a mobile home park, right? And she said, Bev, turkeys are on for 59 cents a pound. She said, you want me to pick you up one? I said, hell, pick me up too and get one for yourself on me. Even then, right? And these were 20-pound birds. So, but that was in Arizona. I usually pay 69 cents a pound. I do buy the $10 in grocery and get your turkey for 69. Oh, see, we don't have any deals like that at all. You know? I admire you for knowing the price of everything. If only everyone was so switched on. Well, it's not necessarily knowing the price. Like, for instance, if I pull meat out of the freezer, unless I remember buying that meat, I don't remember exactly the price. But I will know that when I pull out those meat strips and those vacuum seal packages that I put apart, $2.13 a package, because I just did 7 packages and divided it by what it cost me. I'm watching Great British Baking Show, new season on Netflix. Ooh. Angie Mack, I'm going to go to the store here soon this evening, and I'm going to cheat, see if there is one of those baked turkey loaves. Well, you just do what you got to do, right? $40 is higher for where I am, about $20 higher. I think I might talk Howie into, remember the pen I built in the greenhouse for the 2 turkeys that we raised last year? I'm thinking of getting that again. I'm thinking of doing that again. But then I pretty much just can them, right? But what else was I gonna? Oh yeah, underwear. Excuse the gentleman in the room, but I gotta tell you this. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back. Got to show you something. This is along the lines of speaking up. Okay? I'll be right back. Well, thank you for turning my salty on here. All right, at the risk of discussing unmentionables, I want to tell you something. I used to always buy my underwear at Pennington's because they always they had good solid elastic in the waistband and the legs, and they were always wrapped in cotton, and the underwear was always cotton. Well, when I couldn't get into Pennington's as often, I started buying my underwear whenever I could find it in Walmart. Now, I always buy the same brand, just my size. But 2 years ago, I couldn't find anything in cotton. Food Basics has boneless outside round roast for $4.88. Is that a good price? Yes. Anything under $5 a pound right now for beef is a good price, unless it's ground beef. So 2 years ago, I went to Walmart, and all they had were breathable nylon underwear with cotton gussets. And what I didn't like about the fact that they were nylon, because I'm a cotton girl, but these waistbands are just elastic sewn onto the nylon. And they have a tendency to rip, aside from the fact that it's supposed to be breathable nylon, and it isn't. So last year, I found some cotton ones, and I went, yay, Hey, cotton underwear at Walmart, just my size. But they went back to these kind of waistbands that were just elastic. And the cotton was flimsy, and this is what happens. So I stopped buying them. And I just happened to be ordering underwear for the boys on Walmart when I saw just my size had come out with cotton underwear again. But look at the waistband. It's cotton wrapped. And so are the legs. My point is, we vote every time we shop. If we don't pay, if we refuse to buy the things, we're poor workmanship, because they keep dropping the quality and inching the price up so that you'll think, oh, it's just cost of living. But when we're in reality, you're actually paying a lot more for a less quality product. So I'm happy to say I've never been so excited to buy underwear. They arrived, they went right into the washing machine. Make sure you can it for the right times. Oh, right. Okay. What are we talking about? I just want to make sure, since it's a cured meat. Well, you're not supposed to can cured meats, but I can ham with broth. Like I don't think I would dry can a cured meat. Well, the thing is I have a big bodacious bottom, don't I? And I have a belly flap, thanks to my genetics in my family. On my mother's side, anybody who's had a baby, well, not everybody has had a baby, but the ones that share this, there's similar genetics when it comes to this particular, my mother used to call it an apron tumor. But you see, my sister had a tummy tuck, but I remember my mother having it. So what happens is I get uncomfortable between the belly flap and my fufa. And my fufa is not what you're thinking. It's the crease in my belly, above my bippy, below my belly. And so I like cotton underwear with a nice heavy waistband that sometimes it goes up under the belly thing to keep me more comfortable. Hi, Seashell. Where's me and you? Hey, Angie. How are you, darling? Fruit of the Bloom makes them also. Well, that's who it is. It's just my size, isn't it? Isn't that just my size made by Fruit of the Loom? No. Nope. Nope. I've been buying Fruit of the Loom cotton wrapped elastic undies, 5 pairs for almost $16. Well, see, I bought the boys theirs. They are specific, and Howie's kind of jealous. Not jealous. I got to wear the Stanfield you bought at Costco. I said, you told me not to buy you any more underwear because we just opened a package from last Christmas. But the boys do prefer Fruit of the Looms. And if I can get them for Howie, I'll get them for Howie. But the thing is I learned to order them earlier in the year for Christmas, because underwear in November just almost impossible to find online. Must be by quality. Yeah. I'm doing good, Angie. I'm doing good. I actually spent the time, almost all of today, I did laundry. 2 loads of laundry. I unloaded and loaded the dishwasher. I made hamburger and gravy over mashed potatoes and green beans for supper because Howie's been living on soups and salads and stuff. So I got to give him a bulky meal twice a week so that he feels, manly. And then I sat in my armchair and watched more of Downton Abbey. And I sewed all my strips together for my binding on the quilt. I sewed them end to end, and then I folded it in half and I basted it rather than just ironing it and stuff. So I'm actually going to start sewing that on soon. Oh, yes, Stephen. Thank you very much, darling. It is very much break time because it's getting close to my bedtime, actually. I found some microfiber ones at Sam's Club that I fell in love with. A little pricey, but it's been 5 years and they're still like new. See, microfiber to me is like polyester, and my skin needs or not organic. When I say organic, I don't mean organically grown. I mean organic material like hemp or cotton or silk or linen. And if I have to wear polyester, it's got to be no more than or no less than 60% cotton. So that's why those nylon underwear are just so great. I'm going to throw them all away. Well, I'm not, but they're falling apart anyway. So I hate to do this, but I need to go and finish some things. See y'all later. Love and light, Eugene. Tube socks. Get them at Giant Tiger. Get the bags of 20 socks. I call them disposable socks, actually. They're 20 socks, 20 pairs for $10. And you know, Briar will wear them twice and put his foot through them the third time. But that's all he wears. And so I buy them for the kids. I buy these for Melly, because Melly's, you know, a postal worker and she's often out and walking a lot. And I like to think of her feet comfortable. But I figured it out for my 6 pairs of underwear and 4 pairs each for the boys. That's 14 pairs of underwear. Let's do the math. 14 pairs of underwear. I paid $78. That's $5 a pair for underwear. Can you believe that? But the last 3 years that I have gone to Walmart in October, early November, there's been none in my boys' sizes. None. You're a Giant Tiger today. Hi, Sarah Young. I love you too. Hi, Marty Ann, Autumn Gypsy. Take care, Jean. Mwah. These are very breathable, not like polyester at all. Oh, well, there you go. Sometimes people need to speak up. That's true, Virgo. That is very true. I know it's expensive, but this is why they get them for Christmas. Okay? It is what it is. You got to think about the fact that Howie and I, since his heart attack, well, since he was laid off, then got a new job, then had a heart attack, since the pandemic, between our income, we've lost an entire paycheck a month. More than that. An entire, you know, a little more than a full paycheck a month. So people, you know, I had someone ask me, why do you bother canning and dehydrating so much? It's not like you live in the middle of nowhere and get snowed in and all that stuff. Well, yeah, A, I do. B, I don't like going out in winter because walking for me between parking lots and stores is hazardous. And C, why would I go shopping every other day if I have everything I need in my home? I can sit in front of my fire and watch TV and sew and, you know, be with you guys. Like, why wouldn't I? This whole brain set or mindset that, you know, we need to run to the store every time we run out of something is ridiculous. You don't run out of shit. You be traditional and you make sure you have enough so that winter isn't an issue. Angie Girl, I used to love Bobby Brooks brand socks. I've never heard of them. I can't find them anywhere. I can't do the polyester either. I buy all cotton undies and socks. I really like Target for quality cotton clothing. I hated Target when it was here in Canada. Look for them earlier, Bev. About the time school starts, they're on sale. Well, that's when I bought these. I ordered all these underwear at the end of September. I just got them last week or 2 weeks ago or whenever, recently. So just unpacked homemade wool socks for the whole family I bought last year from one of our elderly church ladies. Oh, there you go. I wish I could can like you. I'm saving up, but one day hopefully I will I will can as much. Well, you just got to get past your fear. Fear is no reason for making a decision. I live 2 blocks from downtown, and I can stock as what just as a just a way of life. It's called being traditional, right? It's like I'm still I'm still. It's probably not going to be until next week when I can actually get my freezer cleaned out, because I've got a 10-pound bag of candy in it right now, 50 pounds of flour and 10 pounds of rice. Everything else is, but it needs to be thawed, defrosted and cleaned, and then the lid put back on with the proper hinges and all that stuff, so I can start filling that freezer. Where was your home in Arizona? I'm in Phoenix. Oh, it was in Peoria, honey. We've been, how many times did we go see Alice Cooper's Christmas Pudding? Twice? 3 times. That's what I thought, because you and I went the first time. Then we took Briar, and then we flew down just for it. For a week, remember? Yeah. It was a long weekend, yeah. So we had a mobile home in Suncrest Mobile Home Park in Peoria. Peoria. Well, somebody was just telling me they're from Phoenix, and I said, I've got some wonderful pictures somewhere. I'm going to have to put them all down on paper eventually. How long do you leave your flour in the freezer before you can it? Well, you don't have, if you leave it in the freezer for long enough, you don't have to can it. You can just put it in jars and put it on the shelf. It'll be fine. I just leave it in the freezer. I don't can my flour anymore. I have some canned flour for emergencies, but I don't can my flour anymore. I just freeze it. And it needs to, depending on the size of the bag. The smaller the bag, the less time it takes in the freezer. But I would do a 20-pound bag or a 30-pound bag or a 50-pound bag for a minimum of 2 weeks in the freezer, and that will kill any eggs. April, doing good. I'm looking at an apartment tomorrow. It's only 4 houses from me. Oh, that would be really good, Autumn. Because, God, you don't need to move any farther away, right? Hi, Kathy. How are you, darling? How is Seashell today? And Monica and Donna? Hey, Grow. I'm worried I'm going to miss somebody. You know what I mean? So that's what's kind of going on. I make all these great plans, and I'm happy. Like, I shoot for the stars. And if I can get my leg over the fence, I consider it a gain. You know what I mean? So, but I'll be going to the meet and greet the candidates sometime tomorrow, because I made a stink about not allowing unvaccinated people, because I made a stink. I didn't make a stink. I just pointed the obvious of why we can vote without a vaccine passport. Why do we need to, meet the candidates without one? So, hi, Omi. Hey, Chaos. How are you? Omi, mwah. It's cool here in Minnesota today. We had the fireplace going, and it feels wonderful. We had the fire going last 2 nights. Not tonight, though. Thank you. It's cooled down. I had to open my window here for a little bit. But it's warmed up. It's nuts. Wait till you see what I made for supper yesterday. And I'm telling you, it filled us both for under $2. I'm glad they changed it. Me too. Hey, Timothy, how are you, darling? How's it going? I freeze my flour for a month, then put it in Mylar bags. Well, there you go. We have the fire going as well in PA. Well, hopefully, this is going to be a busy weekend. I don't think the wood's going to get stacked this weekend, because I'm going to need Howie's help. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still on holiday, and I'm making videos. But I think I nailed it on the head. Okay, Stephen. Yeah, the whole traditional farming thing, I love it. I hate going out in winter, perhaps to clear the driveway, but that's about it. Driving in the snow. I don't mind driving in the snow at all. Like I said the other day, when we get a good couple of inches of snow, I take the truck and I go do donuts behind the giant tiger just to make sure I got my winter boots on, right? It's the walking between the house and the truck, and between the truck and the store. That's what's dangerous, because if I fall in my driveway and nobody's here, I'm screwed. Even if I have my phone, right? I got to phone somebody to come and help me. I'm falling in, I can't get up. No friggin' way. So I'm glad you're going. The meeting candidates will make it easier to figure out who will be the best in office. Well, I only have 2 candidates, 2 positions. I'm only have 2 positions. Hang on a second. How's it going, Puddin'? Are you trimming? Why not? This stuff's gonna go moldy. Okay. All right, there are 1, 2, 3. There are 4 seats, 1, 2, 3, and 6. And I've already picked 2. So there's only one there's only 1 seat that I have to question, like that I'll have questions for. I honestly don't know what all these people do, but I know they're making decisions for our community. Roads, garbage removal, parades and Canada Day celebrations and stuff. And I want to know how they feel about that, right? Yeah, it taught me so much, Bev. The way I cook, shop, think, and prepare, you have had a major impact on me. I'm living my dream because you started making videos. Are you fucking kidding me? Heather or Angie, you are living your dreams because they're your dreams, my darling. You would have got there with or without me. Don't put that on me. Don't put me on a pedestal. Okay? The fall is long and my bones are brittle. But thank you, darling. If I helped you in some way, that's marvelous. But don't put that on my shoulders. They're damaged enough as it is. And I love you for the sentiment. Thank you. Mwah. I hate that I have family that trusts their uninterrupted supply chain. I can't take care of everyone. Well, guess what? Then don't. Hang on, my hair's getting long again. There's my brush. My hair's getting long again. Had me shower today, so it's kind of behaving. The thing is sooner or later, yeah, we help people because we care and because we love them. Yes. But we can't carry people. We can help people out of a crisis, but we can't take them, we can't carry them, right? Sooner or later, everybody has to live with the results of their decisions. And we can't make those decisions any better for them because they're their decisions. Yeah, getting older does suck. Absolutely. My coworker is waving by. She lives in Avondale. Can be quite a long commute from Chandler. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Hey, Michelle. That is the biggest scare. What did I miss? My back out with no one home. Oh, yeah. Well, see, if I fall in the house, I'm sure I could figure it out. But I mean, it's not so much the fall. Well, we need to fall in my driveway, especially if it's slippery. Okay? I mean, the last time I fell outside, Howie's first reaction is always the same. What do you need? Because he knows trying to bodily get me up isn't going to work. So he always asks me for what I need, and it's like my stationary walker or this or that, or, get me some ashes for under my feet or my knees or something. Could Gracie get you up if you fall? She looks like a strong service dog. She's no. Gracie's actually a very small boxer. Um, and it's weird, right? Because I did this TikTok where, because she's like right up against me in bed, right? And everybody, people seem to assume that because she's a boxer, that they can just walk right up to her and go, you don't. You don't do that with any dog. Gracie's an oddity. She is one of those dogs that even, like, she's a mailman dog. Mailman comes and right? They know. They wait in their car. Because if Gracie's outside, they wait because they know she'll freak out and I will hear her and I will come out and drag her in the house. Can you imagine if a total stranger walked into my bedroom at night? She'd rip a face off. She would. Why? Because that's my safe place and she guards it very carefully. I have to force her on Howie some nights, eh? Take care, Stephen. Mwah! Love you, honey. Make sure you get some rest, okay? Had to turn a family member away because they are so woke they wouldn't even take the offer of housework in exchange because it enslaves them. Oh, okay. No, that's not a woke. That's entitled. Okay? I'm awoke. I'm awake. I'm one of the awakened. Do you honestly think that stops me from doing everything I can to secure my home, my family, and my safety and my health, and my family's safety and health? It's precisely because I am awakened that I see what is happening. But I also see where it can go if we just calm the hell down and look at life with common sense. But common sense hasn't been around for a while, probably 2 generations. I mean, my father had common sense, I know that much, but it was kind of rare in those days too. So, is falling outside where there isn't anything to grab onto to help me to get up. Yeah. That's why Howie says I'm not allowed to go outside or in the What am I not allowed to go outside without? My phone. Can you close that curtain? Because I think you just walked by in your skivvies. Or was it your shorts? Oh, he's got his comfies on, which means his boxers over his underwear. Hey, stick your head and say hello. No. Why? He's got to pee. Being awake and prepared is a special grace. Absolutely. The thing is this is the great face-off is coming. And there are people that are determined. Okay, let me tell you a story. A man had been having nightmares about a specific road that his wife would drive almost every day because it was a shortcut. And he was having nightmares about that road, that they would get into an accident on that road. And he tried to tell her, don't drive on that road. There's something really bad going to happen if you continue to drive on that road. And they said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And they continued to drive on that road until that woman was killed on that road. The moral of the story is some of us can see, and some of us don't want to hear, and some people don't want to hear what we can see because it directly conflicts with what they are on this planet to do. So it wouldn't make any single difference to that woman if she got a letter from the police saying, don't use that road, there is danger on that road. They would still do it because that was the contract they had came into this world for. So there are always going to be people that no matter what you see, they are never going to accept it because it is completely contrary to what they came into this life to do. It's a part, they may not even know that it's a part of their blueprint, but that's what keeps them going down that road. Because somewhere in their psyche, they came into this body at birth with a plan to go down that road and die. Because it was a part of a contract they had made with another soul. So we have to stop trying to change people. We can offer them, we can be there for when they wake up and go, what the hell have I been doing all this time? Or what the hell? Or not. But we can't make them stop going down the road that was designed for them. Do you understand? Okay, Grow, take care. All right, sweetheart, we'll be praying for you too. Feel better. Mwah. Bruno Bitter, common sense is shifting because of people's perception of reality. Well, absolutely. They're already rewriting the history books. Hell, they're already rewriting definitions in the dictionary. Why do you think they come out with editions all the time? New editions. They're already rewriting things like what the word vaccine means. It used to mean to stop you from getting an illness and to stop you from getting it and spreading it. It no longer means that now. Look it up. It wasn't so long ago I did a live stream that they took down and gave me a strike on my account for reading right from that website what that word actually meant, and it's now different. I haven't got my turkey yet, but 2 years ago I got my turkey for 49 cents a pound. I usually buy 2 and then can them after we eat. I absolutely love how you and your hubby are real people. Well, you're real too. Everybody, this is what people don't seem to understand. Some people don't seem to understand. Everybody is as real as it is for them to be. So your perception of real and my perception of real and the internet girl who can't tell if tuna, the chicken of the sea, is actually a fish or a bird and makes money off of that emptiness on the internet, that's what's in it. That's as real as it is for them to be. Everybody has their own reality. Okay, everybody has their own reality. That is important to them, and a lot of their reality is based on the blueprint that they came in to fulfill. I know what my blueprint is now. I don't know how it's going to end, but I know what my blueprint is. And I'm doing it. I'm sitting here right now talking to people about the fact that love and patience and tolerance and acceptance and, are all things that we need to go forward to a better world. Okay, that's all. And it's not even teaching, it's just sharing my experience, strength, and hope. Because before you sits an alcohol addicted, cigarette addicted, obese, fibromyalgia ridden woman of 57 years old whose gifts, sometimes they're a curse, whose rights of who I am as a being were suppressed as a child for my own safety. Right? And I was fed, because we are not victims, but we are productions of our upbringing. You think about this, everything we know, everything we see, everything we taste, everything we hear Everything we touch has been thought of or created or brought forward by somebody else. Our belief systems, our faith, our thoughts, our politics, these are all results of our environment, familial and outside environment. So what do you do with that kind of information? Well, shit, you scrape off all that stuff that's somebody else's opinion, and you start over and you start looking about what it means to be a balanced, centered human being for yourself. And trust me, it's called self-love for a reason. I'm not talking about self-narcissistic behavior. I'm talking about genuine love that allows you to not accept unacceptable behavior. And when you have that, it becomes obvious to everybody else around you. And two things are going to happen. People are going to hate you because they can no longer manipulate you. Or they're going to accept you until they see what you do next, like if lobsters are going to crawl out of your ears. But the truth is, we spend our whole lives trying to be somebody else's version of who they think we are supposed to be. Our governments, our schools, our parents, our friends, our neighbors, our doctors. And the truth is, we spend an entire lifetime trying to figure out that none of their opinions actually frickin' matter. They may have mattered at the time as we were going through life because those lessons were important to keep us safe and keep us alive. But here we are. Here we are now. What are you going to do with all that information? You're going to toss what no longer sustains you, and you're going to accept and be grateful for what does, what lifts you up, what makes you glow, what makes you sing, and what makes you say, hallelujah, God, I understand. God, source of all. Not, gods from different religions. The God of gods, source of all. Okay? So, and remember, we have free will. That was our gift. We have free will, which means we are free to make as many amazing choices as possible in our lifetimes and to pursue our goals and our dreams and our joy. We are also free to screw it up on a royal scale. But here's where the divider comes. Do we admit we've screwed up and learn from that? Or do we just go forward as if the screw-ups never happened? You have to learn from your mistakes. The more painful the mistake, the bigger the lesson you should be looking at where it's coming from. The bigger the mistake, the more chaos and pain it causes you, is a good reason for you to look at it honestly and say, okay, what could I have done different? Or what is my responsibility in the outcome of this decision? And you ask yourself, why? Because you're the person that's listening. You don't ask other people how to live your life. Okay? Stick within the rules and boundaries to a degree of society so there's no chaos. But nobody gets to tell you what gives you joy, what gives you peace. If they share something that gives them joy and them peace, and it helps you to find joy and peace, that's wonderful. But they can't give that to you because it's theirs. It is theirs. It is locked into who they are. They can share, but they can't give it away, right? Right. Absolutely. That's growing. Everything in Walmart is from China. So what? Sooner or later, people are going to figure it out. And we're either going to pay for the mistakes, or we are going to we're going to be okay with our decisions. Everything we do, everything we think and feel and express and do and create is a choice that was given to us by the Almighty. We've been given choice. I think Laura Ingalls and her dad had a really good conversation, and he made it about the Declaration of Independence. But he said, he said, God gave us, free will. So if we don't look after ourselves, that's our own problem. She said, well, doesn't he give the animals free will? And he said, no, you can see that he doesn't. Animals may adapt, but look at the muskrat. It keeps making the same kind of house. Look at the beaver. It always makes the same kind of house. Look at the squirrel. Yeah, they will adapt and go into people's roofs and stuff, but given their natural habitat, this is the way they behave. And they can't behave any different because they were not given free will. He said, so free will, basically what I got from that was free will is a gift not to be taken lightly. It doesn't mean you can go out and murder and rape and do whatever you want because you've been given free will. But God's not going to come down and stop you from doing that either, because you are going to need to live with the repercussions of your choices. I don't know if anything I'm saying is making sense, but I have been here for over an hour and I got to go. I have a lot of live streams coming up in the next few days and I need to save my data. Okay. So, each jar is a meal, not a snowball. I don't understand. Okay, wait a minute. My mom canned some when I was a kid. I remember her saying every jar beats a snowball. That's true. Every jar beats a snowball. You can have a snowball. You can go out and play all winter long and play in the snowballs, or you can work all summer to enjoy the snowballs. Why? Because you got food in the pantry, right? I don't know how that works, but it seemed to make sense. All right, so people are starting to leave because they know what's coming up. This is the time when we link our hearts and link our hands and we drop the structures and walls that religion have created between us. And we join hands and hearts with the similarities in our faith. You use your faith to fuel your light in the coming spiritual nourishment that we share with each other and with the world, okay? Take care. Take care, Ange. Take care, Christina. So, for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual push of love and light. Please ask the provider of your faith. Please ask the God of your faith to fill you with light as we go forward and link. Okay? Nice deep breath. Hey, God, source of all, creator of all, how's it going? First off, God, I want to thank you for giving me letting me see that I needed to take today just to sit and watch TV and stitch. It's something I always used to do every day at this time of year, whether it was knitting or not, and it felt really, really good. Thank you also, God, for showing me that quiet common sense will outweigh angry, loud, passionate voices almost every time. That was really important for me to hear. I was starting to worry about our world. But God, there's a lot of people that are having a hard time. There's a lot of people out there that are having a hard time with finances, with food, with illness, with addiction, with family, with communities. Things are have been crazy, God, but they're starting to calm down. People are starting to listen, and we really desperately pray, God, that things calm down and people start to listen. Whatever this experiment was, it wasn't a complete success, nor was it a complete failure. But now, God, we link hearts and we link hands, and we ask for that you allow us to be an amplifier of your love and your light and all things that guide us in joy and harmony. We ask you to pour your divine light and love down into our bodies, allowing us to have it shoot through our feet and connect with Mother Earth, and shoot out our arms and hands so that we become a vibrant circle of throbbing light to the point where we can no longer contain it, God, because, well, we're not you. But when we can no longer contain it, we get to push that light out. And it goes up like a huge barrage of divine white flares that illuminate the sky and allow people who are struggling to take shelter there. It pushes back at the darkness, and light workers step forward and hold that light until others have rested, found their light, and step up also to hold up the light. Thank you, God, for letting us be a part of your divine plan to make the world and humanity better. Please look after everybody, God. We know you do, and we know you're there. Okay? And we know you hear. And that light's pushing back at the scurrying dark. Even though they have the place, it doesn't mean they have their place on this planet at this time. It doesn't mean we have to give up our place to them. So thank you, God. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the people. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for my life, my love, my home, my family, my friends. In service to you, God. Amen. Namaste. Peace be with you. Merry meet, merry part, miigwech, blessed be. The words aren't what matter. It's the communion we have that matters. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from Life with the Wolfies saying, hey, Life with the Wolfies folks, your first big video is coming out Monday. Take care. God bless. And I'll see all the patrons on Freaky Friday tomorrow night. And I'll see all you folks Saturday night. And then live again Sunday. Going to be a busy weekend. Take care. God bless. Know you are loved. If nothing else, know that I love you. Okay? We're all worthy of love. Take care. God bless.